I don't know what's going on with K-pop groups lately. I don't know if they know that in both the Korean and English dictionary there are more words that they can use as the title of their songs. They are not obliged to always use Dumhdurum, 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 and the list goes on. And that actually leads me to the topic of today's video, which is Apink's new comeback called Dumhdurum. Why? Apink is a legend. We all know that. They debuted in 2011 and they are still going so freaking strong. They had a change in concept and in maturing their sound once they reached the 7-year mark, and since then with So Sick, and this one now, they are definitely showing a new side of them, which is normal. They have been doing so for 9 years now. 9 fucking years. So it's normal that after a while you have this will to change a little bit what you have been doing throughout the years. And that transition was so smooth, so well done, because they went from the very cute concepts that they used to do, and they were so the queens of cute concepts, and now towards something that is very elegant, very sophisticated, much more mature, and even having a touch of sexy, but without it being too much. And that I love. They didn't go the route of going all of a sudden cute to girl crush. That wouldn't fit them, and I think the girls of Apink really benefit from that, from having this very sophisticated, very elegant side to them. They nail it every single time. And so for this one, a few weeks back they started releasing the teasers for it, and it looked very retro, very sophisticated, and I was in love with the teasers because, I don't know, I love when groups do that, and the maturity. That's something that I really love in Mamamoo as well. I know I have been having hints of Mamamoo in every single one of my latest videos. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I love Mamamoo and their more sophisticated comebacks because they have this maturity to them. And I find the same thing with Apink, because with every single comeback that they have done so far, they stay true to themselves. I cannot imagine Apink doing a girl crush concept, not at all. They keep the same image and what suits them and what is proper to them, but adding another level of maturity. After all of this blabbering about Apink, about how freaking amazing the girls are, we are going to check out their new song called Dumhdurum. So for this one, they have released their 9th mini album as well, called Look. You can tell me in the comments down below if you want me to do an album review. But before we move on to my reaction, don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell next to it so you are notified whenever I post new videos. I'm really trying to grow my community and create something that we can all share our thoughts about different K-pop groups and songs and albums and stuff like that. So don't forget to subscribe. And now, let's watch the MV. Already, I love this retro look to it. Ooh, I love their styles. This is so freaking catchy right away. Ooh. By the way, they have English subs. Wow. She's so cute. Wow, ingenious. Wow. It has this disco influence to it. Dance break. Ooh. Ooh. I like that break. Wow. Man, she's like killing me right now. They don't age at all. For me. I really like the choreo. I really like that little one-liner from Eunji when she says, "Don't say I'm lying to you, no, no, no." It just has a nice break to this chorus and adds a little bit like a and an impact to it. So far, I'm really digging this song. And another thing before we move on to the rest of the MV is like, the girls don't age at all. It's unbelievable. They look even younger than their previous releases. It's just like, what? Their styling is so freaking cool. This retro look is like, it's just perfect. It's a really nice break in the bridge from two parts of the song. Ooh. It's like the explosion at the end. Are they actually prisoners? To be completely honest with you, I don't really understand what's going on in the MV. Before we move on to the review part, I just wanted to quickly say that I did rewatch the MV 2 more times and read the English subs because honestly I couldn't focus on the English subs as I was watching the MV, so I now understand a little bit better what the song is all about. And another thing that I wanted to mention is that sometimes we forget that Apink are a second generation girl group, and they have managed for 9 years now to show us with every single new one of their releases a new side of them and really bring some quality music to the industry, and I just love that about this group. They are so freaking solid. Like every single thing that they release is so freaking good, and they managed to evolve all throughout those years. And perhaps for new K-pop fans that don't even know that they released a bunch of other tracks before they started releasing and So Sick, and they had those amazing hits like Mr. Chu, LOV, No No No, just to name a few. So it's really cool that they are able to evolve and show new sides, and even if they follow a little bit of the current trends in the music industry, they are still able to be a fucking solid group and really surprise us with every single new of their releases, and that I'm so freaking happy about. Now let's move on to the review, starting out with the MV. This MV has this retro look that I freaking love. From the teaser pictures we already had this feeling for it, so the MV was not like a huge surprise that they decided to go with the retro concept. And another thing that really suits it is the song. I think having a retro concept with this song is the perfect match. I love their outfits. It was just so freaking perfect. Those black dresses, or even Eunji with her oversized blazer yellow and her haircut, which is so... Everything was so freaking retro and I love it. It had this element of like the disco almost era, may I say. I'm really terrible with eras and stuff like that, but it had this retro vintage feeling to it, which I freaking love. The choreo seemed to be so much harder than what they have done with previous releases, and it looks so freaking good. So I'm really curious to see the live performance. Based on the lyrics, they are talking about this relationship that has ended, and they say that this person just said that it was not their fault, but it was better to do it like this because they just didn't love them anymore, so decided to break up. They are still feeling a little bit like broken hearted about it, so they still can't move on and they are like stuck. Like Choron, she says at one point something along the lines of I try masquerading even though inside I'm heartbroken. You get the feeling that they are really trying to move on from this relationship and being strong and confident again, even though they feel like they will not be able to love ever again. And it is very dramatic. I'm thinking about this on the spot, so perhaps you will be like, this is all over the place, and it is, because my mind is all over the place. So we can say that perhaps the shot on the train is something that happened in the future, and they are reminiscent about what happened with this relationship and how they had to move forward. The train might represent just the way of moving away from this relationship, moving on, continue with their life. They have their baggage, which can be this past relationship and all the baggage that it came with it. And they are thinking about how they were stuck inside of those different rooms. We see at the very end that they cannot go away from that room, so perhaps they are still not able to move on, but later we see them all on the train, so it might seem that after a while they did manage to move on. This is just my little theory. Perhaps it is completely wrong. You can tell me in the comments down below your own if you have one, and if you think that this is completely nonsense, you can tell me in the comments down below that as well. So now for the song. Like I said, we have a very retro MV, so it means that we will have a very retro song as well. Their vocals, I freaking love it. I especially love Choron's part because you have like a little bit of repetition with the main melody that is the chorus at the very beginning of the song. And then you have the verses breaking this feeling of repetitiveness of this beat, because I think if they kept it during the verses, at the very end of the song we wouldn't be able to listen to it ever again because it would be just too fucking obnoxious. So I really do like the verses and how they are sharing and everything is so freaking cool. The chorus has a specific sort of structure that I did really enjoy. You might think that you will have just a beat drop for the chorus and that's it. But not at all. They're actually singing in the chorus. And I love it. I freaking love when they actually sing in the chorus, because the chorus is like the most important part of your song. It's the part that you are repeating all the time. So it has to be catchy and it has to have something important to it. A beat drop only is like, what? Why? And I can really like some of the songs that only have a beat drop, but after a while it gets a little bit too much. So having a proper chorus in which you can see them really singing all out and like showing their vocals and everything, that I really enjoy. And especially Yuji's one line at the end, I don't know how you say it in Korean, but in English it was something along the lines of don't say that I'm lying or something like that. It was so badass and added a new rhythm to that part and really cut it well. Of having actually Namjoon doing a little dance break on the water, and that made me think of Ice One's Fiesta because they had a shot that was a little bit similar, and I do really love when they do those types of shots, especially dancing on top of water like G-Friend did in Summer Rain. That was so freaking perfect, even though the choreo must have been so freaking difficult because they had bruises on their legs and everything. It was very intense. But going back to this yet again, I just love how it is like the retro feel to it all throughout this song. The different parts for every member, they really shine. Even for example, Ayang, she doesn't have a whole lot of lines, but every single time that she's on screen she really shines. So I just really did enjoy that. Boomi, she's just so freaking perfect. I love her red hair, and she killed her part as a center for the chorus, and it's just so yeah guys, those are my thoughts about this new comeback from Apink. I really want to know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. If you want me to do an album review, you can tell me as well and I'll do it as soon as I can. By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tomorrow I will be releasing my K-pop confession, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and everything. And I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
시간이 정말 모든 걸 지워준다.